welcome to the Zero Ends channel. Please like and subscribe.
You there, Jay Sean?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Oh, hold on. One second. Let me do this, Jay Sean, because I got some devices on, so I gotta turn them off. 1 second. Shit. All right, speak now, Jay Sean.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah, okay, good. Go ahead. Yeah,
All right,
come
cool.
on my device. But go ahead. Okay, go ahead.
Nah, I just wanted to chime in, man, and say, look, if the brother wanted to have a conversation with his sister, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
There's no problem having a conversation. This is social media.
Yep.
The purpose of social media is to have conversations, right?
Mm-hmm.
But when she asked him why did he have the conversation with her, his answer was wrong. And it shows two problems that we have with black men, Chaos.
Mm-hmm.
One, in his response, he was justifying his conversation with her as as with his break with other black men, right? So basically, he was chastising other black men for their responses to her and saying, "Well, I'm different." You know what I mean? That's one thing he was doing, which is simple. That's a simp move, all right? And it shows a lack of code between black men, right?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? That's one thing I like about his answer. Then he follows up with how we're portrayed. This brother doesn't understand that what he just did portrays weakness to other groups.
Yep.
Other groups of men don't tolerate this kind of nonsense.
Exactly.
Period. She is a traitor. She is a bedwench. She has mental issues. She is a outgrowth of the plantation mentality. She has a plantation mentality. If you listen to her talk, as she was even trying to explain how she was going back and forth with a known white nationalist, and the more racist he got, the more she was trying to have an understanding with him. She was getting turned on. You know what I mean? In that conversation with the racists. We're in the era of ghetto gaggers. We're in the era of swirlers. We're in the era of divestors. And we still have black men who don't have enough sense to not portray weakness when having these conversations with our own. Now, this doesn't matter to me if it's a black woman or a black man. Well, we dealing with one of these divestment chicks or a conservative. We're portraying weakness. I'm not trying to understand you. Now, again, if we want to have a conversation, fine. To get behind the hood to see exactly what the mind of a bedwench is, okay, fine. Make an example of it. You know what I mean? And be cordial and be professional or whatever you want to call it, right? But when that sister would ask me that question, I would have told her a different reason. Like, look, I'm a YouTuber. I'm a person. I'm doing this for views. And I wanted to have a conversation with somebody that I feel is a bedwench and a race trader. That's what I would have told her. All right. And I think that to be fair to you, you should have the right to speak for yourself instead of having people speak for you. That's all he had to say. But all of this, other people projecting their issues on you, and what are you talking about? What she did was disgusting. What all of them did was out of line. And that's the problem with the black community. We always talk about accountability. Where's the accountability? If you're trying to save them. If they do something traitorous or treacherous, you call the shit out and you keep it moving. That, when other groups of people see that in your people, then they start respecting your people. So that's all I wanted to add to, as far as the conversation he's having with the sister. You know what I mean? I'm not saying he should be yelling at her or cussing her out. I'm not saying that at all. You can be strong and be definitive without being like that. You could be, calm as hell when you're delivering, accountability. He could be talking in the same tone I'm talking right now.
Yeah.
So I disagree with, of course, with her actions. I'm not trying to put this on him now, but because, this part of your presentation honed on that exchange, I wanted to call out the fact that I've always said this, Zero. Yes, I've always said this. Part of the biggest problems for black men, all our issues stem from one serious problem, and that's our lack of agency and our lack of power. And we don't think that way. And what he just did was off code to brothers.
Yeah.
To black men, or just to blackness in general. Because he, like I said, this conversation could be happening with, some Clarence Thomas type motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? He could be having the same conversation. And I'm not going to sit there and try to make them feel comfortable by saying, well, yeah, man, I had you on, brother, because, I know how other brothers are. They're going to just jump on you and power. Fuck all that, man. That's weakness. Just tell her straight up and down. I had you on here because what you did was out of line. It was traitorous. It's bedwinchy, and I wanted to get behind the hood and see how the thought process goes. You know what I'm saying? Now I get that because that's social media. That's having the conversation, and that's the purpose of it. Your audience gets to listen and hear how that person thinks, whatever, and it makes the conversation more richer. But at the same time, you got to defend your people, defend yourselves, and show strength. And that's what a lot of black men are lacking. So, as I always say, people do what they can get away with. And right now, he's showing her that there's an out for her behavior.
I agree.
And it should be no out. Mm-hmm. This is cut and dry. These people that she's laying up with want us dead, Chaos. Or they want us in subjugation. That's as simple as, it's not that hard. We have sisters who want to get on their knees and suck and fuck men who want to subjugate their brothers, their cousins, their nephews. And it's not something you play with. Mm-hmm. So if you're going to have a conversation, stay on code. If I have a conversation with the sister, I'm representing my group. I'm representing blackness and I'm representing black manhood. You understand me?
Yeah.
And I'm not bending that shit just because she might have a fat ass or she cute, whatever. It don't matter. Because the thing is, she's already showed you that she has loose tendencies. She's ready to throw herself at, a white dude, a white nationalist. She want to throw herself at that dude. So she's showing you that she's loose. So why are you even worried about, is she gonna get mad at you or not? Dude, she's showing you disdain by, even having a conversation or having a like with a white nationalist.
All right. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, boss.
Yeah. This is their ends channel. It's a reminder. But yeah, I agree with you, Jay Shine. And I totally agree. See, the points of this stream, now that we have this conversation, is she backpedaled and I guess on her own IG try to hold some form of accountability, which I was going to cover, but for the sake of time, I say, I have some better. Mm-hmm. She was interviewed by the same brother, as you can see right now, right? Mm-hmm. That we're talking to right now. And I guess through his interviewing I guess he's trying to give her some grace because he's more focused of saving the chick. And I was saying she know exactly what she did. And listen, Jay Shine, she was in beds with a non-black man before, she found some dude and then had actual black children. Mm. And one thing I've noticed, and this is common for people that said they're conscious, and there's a trend now, an easy trend now that I'd never really gone into because Zero Ends is a small channel, as I'm Zero Ends, that it is very much there is a trail that you find the most sometimes decent looking or cute looking sisters, but they have a history of swirling, and they get conscious now, and now they want to come out to the black side. Ain't this a fucking bitch?
Yeah,
This is a big contradiction.
Yeah.
And I find it now, to me now, very problematic now. Very problematic now. To sit there and say, you knew you had a clear idea. And this is not the first time she was on Fresh Fish. She's been there a few times. If I go back to their catalog of work, she has admitted she's been there before. So you know what this platform is about.
Right.
Bring Nick Fuentes, and everybody knows what he is, either if they didn't know or don't have no idea. Just by reading the atmosphere of the room alone, speaks for itself. To know saying you engage, even to the point, if you listen early in the stream, she said that in her mind she don't see no racist in Nick, because the first thing that comes to her mind, skinheads, some blue eyes, and whole lot of tattoos. And I'm thinking, well, my God. So it seems to me, you ladies, you are heavily programmed than the brothers. Because if that's your view of a racist non-black person, you in trouble, sweetie.
Yeah.
And let's say I want to play, and we go by that. Right there, that's still questionable. That tells me you will sit there and hug and kiss, and after you get the backlash from people through social media and hit you up on your comment sections and all stuff, and I don't care what she said. She said she had some brothers that told her that she should take it down. I saw the photos.
Yeah.
Those photos were there the next day or after the show. And eventually it had to come down because she was getting the backlash.
Right.
That's why she went and did the IG Live to really hold herself accountable to the degree. And then Obi brought her on her platform to even go as far as to even explain this bullshit on another platform.
Yeah.
No, if a black man did that, bro, they would not even believe it. Let's keep real. Why is it because you're a woman, we should give you a sense of grace? You know what the fuck you're doing.
That's what I was just saying. That's what I was just saying. Like, just because it's a female, dudes they start to simp. You know what I mean? And what's funny about what you just laid out? If you play back the last few seconds of what they exchanged, she started talking about, well, I wanted to hear what the black, their black men are, just for leadership. They're playing a game. They're playing a game. They're playing a game. It's no different, than then when just take race out of it. When they sit there and they disrespect men in their relationships and then talk around, well, you're supposed to be the leader. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? It's just that nonsense that they try to pull all the time, which really highlights that they know better. Okay? They know better. Because she felt like black men were supposed to be the leaders and all that kind of stuff. She never would have did what she did on First and Fifth.
Matter of fact, I go even further. She would not put herself just to get clout on any platform that already has a track record of degrading black fucking women already.
Yeah, or black people,
Or just black people. Yeah, black people. But you get my point.
Yeah, we haven't got to make it. We haven't got to make it gender.
If the platform is really anti-black, you should not be on it, especially if you're really say you're pro-black. And if you go for her social media, she has a whole lot of pictures of her raising fists, all that stuff. And when we look at these pictures of these non-blacks, it is giving bullshit.
Right. Let me ask you a question, Zero.
Yeah, go ahead. Yes.
If she works for Pepsi, right?
Okay.
She works for Pepsi, and Pepsi has leadership, right? Right. She know they have brass, even though she doesn't work for the top brass. She can just work in the middle level, even the lower levels of the company, right?
Yeah.
She know Coca-Cola's the enemy, right? You see where I'm going with this? She know Coca-Cola's the enemy, right?
Yep.
She's not gonna go on a platform and try to, embarrass Pepsi for the sake of Coca-Cola. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because she knows, even if she never even met the leadership, she knows there's leadership at Pepsi. You understand me?
Yeah.
So this is the games that some black people play with this race shit. All right? They play games with this, man, and it's weakness, and it projects weakness. This is a huge platform. This is a platform with millions of followers. She knows this.
Yes.
So you're not
With 10K or more watching per
right.
live stream, like when they go, they get 5 to 6, 7, even 10,000 on the live stream. So it's not
Right.
no little tiny platform. Yep.
That's why she went there. You know what I mean? To be
Yeah.
seen. So you
Me
go
too.
somewhere where this is only to be seen, right? When you know there's gonna be a lot of views, and then this is how you represent yourself, your family. I'm going there, Zero Ins. This is how you represent yourself and your family. Let's take the rest of black people out of it.
All right.
Say you don't care. You're not really pro-black. You just faking. You know what I mean? You on some bullshit. You wearing dashikis and head wraps. You know what I mean? Just for because you black. You pro-black chic, right? But what about your family? You don't have no respect for your mom and your father and your grandparents, or your grandparents' grandparents. This is how sick this is. Like, as if your grandparents didn't go through shit. I don't care. Like you said earlier, if she's from Haiti or from African or she's a U.S. Negro, right? We all got history with these people.
Yeah.
Right? That means your family has history with these people.
Yeah.
I'm making this as simple as possible, Zorenz. That's what I'm saying. There's no excuse for it. That's why I can be cordial with you for the respect of a conversation. That's as much grace as I can give you, but I'm not going to throw all other black men on the bus.
Exactly.
That's that. I'm going back to him. You know what I mean? And that's what he just did. You know, he could have said everything I just said as calm as I just said, as real as I said when she asked that question. Why'd you have me on? Well, I wanted to give an opportunity for women like you who do the things you do, sisters who do the things you do. You know, I want to give you a chance to speak for yourself instead of speaking for you. You know what I mean? But the real reasons was to just have a conversation with somebody who I vehemently disagree with, and I think you were out of line for what you did. He could have just told her exactly. That would have been showing leadership, the same leadership she tried to fucking mention in her response. And that's the problem. There is no leadership. When I look at black women, for the most part, Zero Ends, when I look at black people, for the most part, I see a leaderless group.
Yes, I see it too. I have seen it too. Yes, I agree.
And that's one of the things I'm so hard on the brothers about, is about being leaders. You know what I mean? Take control of your community. And I'm not talking about being nice.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about being nice. I'm talking about making sure that we have a future where this kind of, because what this really is, and I'm gonna shut up on this point. This is plantation politics as usual.
Yeah.
This is just plantation behavior. Instead of it being specific to the plantation, the actual physical site of a plantation or a town, it's aerosol. It's national now. It's just the way things are. And like I've said before, many times before, every pathology walked off that plantation when slavery ended. Whether it was bedbuckism, bedwinchism, mammyism, Uncle Tomism, Samboism, all of it walked off the plantation. All right, and it's never been addressed. And at some point, some generation got to come along and deal with this shit in a real way.
Yeah, man. It's funny that you mentioned it as a leader, and most black men, we say it's that leaders take the hard call, and it's not gonna be nice. And we've been continued too long to think that being a leader, you can't be the bad guy. You have to be the bad guy. You think how the world was really ruled by niceness? I mean, listen, I think with us, we go by too much, and we're not learning. If we're using television as the pinnacle of what is reality, I tell people, you watch all those mafia movies or anything in regards to, you see how they operate and deal with people. Do one time you see any niceness in regards to making the hard call? Answer is no. So why is it issue with a lot of black men, especially like Obi? I see you create this safe haven, and personally, bro, there should not be no safe haven for our people, especially you're a foreigner or you're first generation American. If you're gonna go about that, then by all means, you're not gonna, where your growth and how you're gonna progress, move forward. It's nice, but it's not gonna have no substance in the long run.
Right.
You're going to have to make the hard call. You're going to have to call it out. if they're gonna come on here, you got to call it out, because first and women will see and sense that say, "Oh, I'm in a place that's safe. You're not gonna call me on my bullshit." Yeah, I'm hearing you, I'm listening, but I'm not really listening to you. You get me?
Right.
Now,
Right.
like you were there, if you were there up there and you had a conversation, you would tell her straight in the face, "You fucked up, bitch. You're a bed witch.
Yeah, I would tell
Live
her,
it."
look, I wouldn't call her a bitch, right? Because I'm being
Oh
cordial.
yeah, well, all right, well, you
Right.
know.
Yeah, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
you're right. That'll be my energy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That'll be my energy. I would say, look, sister, I'm gonna tell you something. I appreciate you showing up, you know what I mean, and facing the quote unquote music. All right. So I gotta give her some credit on that. Right.
Okay. Yeah.
But what you did was out of line. And then I would start correcting her. And this is how
Mm-hmm.
you should get down. This is how it should be. This is what you shouldn't have done. And that's what I would be doing for my audience. You got to
Mm-hmm.
show leadership, man.
Mm-hmm.
All right, not complacency. What he showed in that moment was actually weakness. And he's trying to dress it up as, well, when the diaspora and the world sees us, and yeah, they see weakness. This is out of line. You would
Mm-hmm.
never see a Jewish woman doing this with German men.
Mm-hmm.
And then you would never see Jewish men allow it.
Yeah.
She'll be banished. You would never see her again. She'll be treated. She'll be at every temple. She'll be, no one will even talk to her.
Mm-hmm.
That's how other groups get down.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
That's how the groups get down. Let me give you an example how power works. Remember that Asian sister, that woman? That's about the Asian sister. Excuse me. The Asian woman that was dating a black man, right? And
Mm-hmm.
out in California, she had him killed. She had a baby daddy killed.
Yeah.
And then, she got arrested. She was being tried and all that. What did the Asian community do? Do you think her fathers and the men of her community liked the fact that she had 2 children by some black dude? Out of
Hell
wedlock?
no, man.
Hell no, they didn't like that. But when the state pounced on it and it became a public thing, right? They
Yeah.
took their money and their influence and they got her off.
Hmm.
Now, this is how power works. And it might sound hypocritical, right? What I'm saying, but I want you to follow me on this, Zeroins. They
Okay.
did that because they're protecting the group. It's got nothing to do with her specifically, because she is their problem. But now,
Mm-hmm.
inside their community, she's treated like a pariah. You understand me? She's
Okay.
being punished inside her community. She can never elevate to great status. She'll never be married to a highborn, or well-to-do Asian man. You understand me?
Yeah, I understand that. Yes. Yep.
She's put into a corner. All right. They took care of the group, they protected the group, and then they dealt with their problem internally. And then if we're gonna be black men dealing with our women internally, this is not how you do it, Cyril.
Mm.
You understand me?
Yep.
It's
Yep.
about
Yep.
power, and the power of black men is that we have been trained not to aspire to get power. So when we deal with, even in personal relationships with each other, right? Like, say me and you are cool, me and you are friends, right? And we having a
Mm-hmm. Yep.
conversation, and you do something off code, Zorans, I got to deal with you, not in front of everybody, but just one-on-one. It's not for everybody
Yeah.
to see, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm gonna deal with you. I'm not gonna, act like you my friend. It's kind of like what he just did is the same thing black women are doing for Keke Palmer.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
You understand
I
me?
agree. I agree.
Even when the sisters disagree with Keke Palmer, they still gonna give her a soft landing because they're black women. You understand me? That's what he just did.
Yeah.
Instead of a sister tan Keke Palmer a new asshole, they're gonna be nice to her. I understand, and these men, and the reason I'm having this conversation with Keke because I don't like how the men or how the other women are coming at you. You know what I mean? That's bullshit.
Mm.
You're giving her a soft landing. Don't give her a soft landing. Have direct, meaningful, authoritative conversation with other people, especially as black men. That's how we should be portraying ourselves. This is weakness. This is going to portray weakness. You're giving her a soft landing. And guess what it does in reverse? It makes other groups look at us crazy.
I know.
Because everybody's seeing this. This is the weird thing about black people. They act like everything we're doing in public, no one else is seeing.
Yeah.
That's the plantation mentality. Think about how a plantation was, right? Big, big papa, the big man, the white man, the overseer, they sitting on the porch looking at their black people act out with each other. And then we acting out and disrespecting each other and dissing each other and funning and singing and dancing while we looking at the corner eye, no mass is watching. This is happening in front of everybody. And instead of taking the opportunity as black men to stand up for our group and stand up for ourselves and project power, you see this nonsense. All right? That's why when some people call themselves black pill, I'm like, why the fuck you even having a conversation with a woman? Why are you trying to convince her?
Yeah, you're right.
If she's not your leader and she's not your equal, why are you even trying to convince her? We don't need to convince her. She need to convince other black men so you can get on code of conduct. We can start rolling out with force. And when you start having power, people adhere to power, including the women.
Anyway, you're right about that.
And that's how it works. So when we shave ourselves off and we don't project power, we're hurting ourselves. In the long run. In the short term and the long term, we hurt ourselves. All right? Because this sister right now is not going to really respect this dude or anybody that's like this. She's going to respect the man that puts his foot down and says, sister, you out of goddamn pocket. You lay up with white men. You a bed wench. That's bed wench behavior. You got no business doing that. You see that these are white supremacists. You see what's happening with MAGA and the march of white nationalism. You know what I mean? Not just in America, but globally. And this is who you want to fucking suck. That's crazy to me. That's insane. You need to sit down. You need to close your legs, sit down, and really reflect on how you living. That's what I would have told her.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, let me stop running on.
One other last question comes some. Put the end to this. And I did a video in regards to a woman taking money. I'm not sure. I think they're married. I have it on my. Actually, it's on another channel right now. If you check on your social media or on Discord, and I've noticed that she was taking a whole lot of money. And one thing she said to her man, because he was there, blessings, but working hard, right?
Right.
That she was taking $22,000 and put it in her own account. And you know the first thing she she said to him, he said, okay, so what you gonna do about it?
Damn.
Bro. let me relax.
Hey.
Listen.
I
Hey.
respect the gangster shit, God. Yeah.
Bro. There's only thing in life a black man should only look forward to is respect and fear, which goes hand in hand. That's why when they talk about us and our women don't respect us, so they damn sure don't fear. No. Don't be fooling ourselves. They talk about this protection, all this nonsense. It's bullshit. You don't fear black men.
Yeah, you don't at all.
At all.
No.
Because you could go in their face, go up in the face, put your finger in the face, say all this cash shit, even to the point where you take it doing criminal acts, and then your answer said, what you gonna do about it? Bruh. Let me stop.
Look, man, you know what though? And I'm not saying I'm in agreement with her, but I can appreciate the honesty. See me? Let me know what time it is. And for some reason, a lot of blood brothers can't really see what it is, so they get caught up in all kinds of other kinds of bullshit movements that have nothing to do with the reality of things. What I'm saying is, I'm cis bim, I'm passport bro now, I'm red pill, all this dumb shit ain't got nothing to do with being a man.
Yeah,
ain't got nothing to do with being a man. Being a traditional man means to go your own way already, right? To have your own mind, right? Being a traditional man and being a strong man means you don't put up with nonsense. You don't need a pill. You know what I'm saying? Just be a man. All right? Just be a fucking man. All right? Just be a man, stand on your square, and don't budge. And then learn how to have camaraderie and have a code with other black men. And that's what we're failing to do as black men. We haven't developed a code of conduct. So I'm gonna ask you this question, Zero.
Okay.
If black women came back to the proverbial table, I keep hearing this table, right? When black women come back to the table, we're having a conversation. Okay, fine, whatever. If black women come back to the table tomorrow and said, "I'm sorry, Zero. We's bet witches, we's trifled hoes. We're not gonna do it no more," right? We sorry, black man, right? If they did that tomorrow, my question. I'm sorry, this is crazy. My question is to you, brother. Is what they going to hear to?
You know, that question has been floating around, and personally honest,
I'm saying, like, I'm sorry. Let me ask you a little more deeper. Not what they're going to adhere to. Zero is what is going to be the code that they got to adhere to. What's going to be the rules that they got to adhere to when dealing with black men?
Well, for many men that's been talking about this, I think the rules that they want is they want cooperation, submission. You hear it constantly on the space, right? Submission, maybe silence, and maybe a blowjob or two. I don't think there's nothing else.
I'm not talking about that. That's what I'm saying. We're making it one-on-one. I'm talking about as a group. What are women hearing to? Like, for instance, when you dealing with when women are dealing with, not even Arab women, when non-Arab women are dealing with Arab men, they know what they're adhering to.
Okay.
They know what they gotta submit to socially. You know what I'm saying? They know when they go into Jordan what time it is. They know when they go into Saudi Arabia what time it is.
We know what time it is. Yep.
All right. What are black women really adhering to when they come and do? Because my point is this, man. I'm asking a redundant question. What I'm saying is, what I'm really saying is, we have no code for them to adhere to. As we talk about space, look at all the disrespect in the space. Look at all the brothers who have no respect for each other in the space. Look at all the brothers who can't even get in line with each other in the space. Even though we see
some brothers can't even do business effectively with each other
in the space, right? We can't even do good business with each other. You know? You know what I mean? So what are they adhering to? See, that's what I'm always telling the brothers. You got to have a strong code of conduct. If I hold Keisha accountable on my side of the street, and me and my fellas on this side of the street, we don't play with these women, right? Yeah. There's a strong code. They know what time it is. When they come to this block, they know how to dress, they know how to fucking act. You understand me? All right? But the problem with the black manosphere or black men in general is that she can go across the street and act a fucking fool with another nigga.
Yeah. You're right.
See what I'm saying? We have no code. So that's what I'm saying. Stop worrying about Keisha so much and worry about what she's doing. Use her behavior as an example of what the situation is, the overall example. I look at her behavior. I look at the behavior of Nick Fuentes. I look at the behavior of white nationalists. You know what I mean? I look at the behavior of the government. I look at the behavior of everything. As a man, I look at the behavior of everything. It's a 360 count. But these dudes have a specific view, and that's Keisha, which puts her in a power position that they don't understand, that they're putting her in. We are fucked up because Keisha won't act right. Yeah, she's part of the problem. But also part of the problem is a lack of male leadership. And you can't have male leadership without having a code of conduct. And you just sort of lack of that in that exchange. That brother's not on code with us. He's not on code with other black men. And that's part of the problem. You can't have a power base. You can't have men of any power, of any consequence that are not on code with each other. They don't have a code of conduct with each other, period. All right. You can look at a corporation in an example. You can look at other groups of men and see examples of that. But you can, like I said, you can look at businesses. Successful businesses are people usually who are on code with each other, who have each other's back, and they don't go against the shield. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Yeah.
Period. No matter who it is, defending the shield matters because that's how we all eat, and that's how we derive power. And that's what black men gotta understand. When you sitting there on a panel by yourself, talking to a black woman or talking to a white person or talking to an Asian person, You supposed to project power and represent your group. How you project power on that panel if you act like an individual? Well, I don't feel like that, and I don't know why other black people are like this. That's weakness.
Mm-hmm.
They would never say that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they would never say that. I don't know why the black men feel that way. You know what I'm saying? They would never say that in the company of other people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so in this situation where she was completely wrong, you know, he had an opportunity to show leadership, and he didn't.
Mm-hmm.
And that's
Right.
why they're going to continue to do what they do. That's why they're going to continue to be disrespectful. They're going to continue to be out of line because we're not dealing with somebody who's faithful. We're not dealing with somebody who's a a quote unquote real pro black. No, we're not. We're dealing with people who are pro themselves. We're dealing
Yeah.
with other individuals who use blackness or pro blackness as some type of fad, basically as an outfit.
Mm-hmm.
Because she has no problem getting on her knees and sucking off Zaddy.
You're right about that. She
That's
had no
real.
problem. She had no problem on there taking the pictures and giving a kiss right on
Yeah.
that dude with a smiling face. Even there was
Yeah.
one nice, sexy sister, bro. This woman,
Mm-hmm.
she was in her mid-30s. Yo, she was twerking on that motherfucker,
Yeah, man.
bro.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's like I said, this is the most respect they're gonna show, and it's towards even the racist incel of their group. You know, but
Right. Let me ask you a question. Have you seen that viral clip of that military dude that was having like it was like a army party or something like that, and then the woman next to him started turning around to twerk, and he pulled her back.
um, I
Have you
have to
seen
look
that
it up.
clip?
I have not seen that clip. Is it on YouTube or is it on another
Yeah,
social
I'll
media?
send it to you because we need to get this conversation needs to happen again anyway. I'll send you the
Okay,
clip, and I'm gonna show
all right.
you how it's not
If you can
about.
send it through Discord, it'd be better.
Yeah, I
I'll have to
send it
look
to
at
you
it
in
another
Discord.
time.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
see in
Okay.
Discord now. I'm gonna find it and send it to you because this is a great example of not saving her, but it's about respecting what we're doing as a group. And he shut it
Mm-hmm.
down. You shut it down because it disrespects you. So now we can't control what women do, right? So we
Yeah.
couldn't control what women did in that room, but we should be locked in arms and our discuss of it. There should be no breathing room for it. It's completely it's unacceptable. And we've seen this. This has been a bad couple of weeks for sisters. All right,
Yeah.
from the Essence Festival to BET to Kiki Palmer to this shit to the
Mm-hmm.
women at the fucking over in was it Ghana or what was they
Yeah.
twerking?
And Ivory Coast the
Yeah,
twerking
Ivory
in
Coast.
the
Excuse me. Yeah,
where the answers were sent off to the first world.
yeah,
Yeah.
where the Mafia started and they twerking for the ancestors. It's just been a horrible couple weeks, man, and they're showing you that they're not down.
Mm-hmm.
And they're showing you this because, and the reason why this is happening, and I know brothers, when they hear what I'm saying, Zero, you know what they hear? Oh, you blaming black men. No, this is happening because there is no power
No power.
to adhere to. There's no black men are not rolling in force. We're not
Mm-hmm.
playing. We're not out here being serious men. We're out here playing,
Mm-hmm.
running around Thailand and running around Brazil, playing.
Especially Colombia. And I heard some stories from one of my other
Yeah.
person I was talking to on low about Colombia, and I'm not sure I'm gonna do a broadcast, but I know
And
what's
they
going
still,
on
and
when
they don't even have a code of conduct out there. They disrespecting each other out there. You know what I mean? Wasn't it Austin Holloman got into it with some other brother in Brazil?
yeah.
So you got two passport bros throwing each other under the bus because they don't want to piss off the Brazilians. It's weakness, Kaya. I mean, Zero.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
weakness. All black men are doing is projecting weakness.
Mm-hmm.
And it affects all of us. Because you got to go into the workplace and deal with that persona. You got to go into the workplace and the business world and deal with that perception.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't forget how it affects them. Stop playing. Be men. Stop playing with this shit, man. This is real. I'm over here in Europe, man, and we in operation centers, and we're seeing foul shit happen, Zero Ends. Foul shit between Russians and Ukrainians. They doing each other dirty. All right, but this is the price you pay for nationalism. This is the price you pay for agency. And I'm not even asking brothers to pick up arms and fight a war. I'm just saying, stand on your square. How hard
Yeah,
is
at
that?
least.
Show solidarity to one another. You can't do that in social media. That's easy.
Mm-hmm.
If we can't do it in social media, how are we gonna really do it when if shit really go bad in real life, in the real world? What do you think these people are collecting weapons for? They really want it. They want to run at us.
Mm-hmm.
They
Free
really
will.
want to run at us. This is real.
Yeah.
They want to go at us.
Mm-hmm.
And these dudes act like, so you know what? Just like how Keisha loves white daddy government, so do brothers.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
All right? Because that's the only thing keeping civility in place right now is your central government and the powers that be. That shit falls apart, or that lessens or weakens or fall into some other type of state of process. What are you going to do? You don't have each other's back online. How you going to have each other's back in real life?
Yeah.
You know, and then we make fun of the civil rights era, you know, folks or the people who came before us, not understanding what they were really dealing with.
Mm.
You couldn't even drive at night, dog. You might come up missing. This was common, especially in the South, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, this is the reality of the world we're in, and we're not dealing with that reality. So we can be mad at her for her not dealing with her reality and her bed winching and her disrespectful shit. But what are we standing on?
Yeah.
You know, so anyway,
All
you
right.
know.
All right. All right. Jay Shine. It's good talking to you. Hope to see you again in a future broadcast. You know, thanks for coming up. It kind of gives more context to a lot of things. So I
Yeah.
probably will end this. You know,
And
but
I'm gonna
like I
send
said,
you that video as soon as I can, man, because you gotta see it.
yeah, I gotta see this. I might just do a short or whatever. I'll think about it.
Mm-hmm.
All right then. All right, we'll talk
All right,
later.
bro. Be good.
Yeah. All right, guys. This was a very long one. Hope and look for hearing y'all thoughts on this one. In this closing, pro-blackness, as we know it or as we see it, it outweighs uselessness. It has some relevance, and really, truly, is just flat out shameful at this point. As much as we hear people talk about black men and their so-called pushing of pro-blackness, and we already know the scamming and all types of nonsense going on there. But a lot of ladies, let's be honest, are doing the same thing, but you know, it's just equal or even more worse, depending on how you look at it. And you know, this, you know, feeling all lovey-dovey of the non-black man Caucasoid or what they call Zaddy is just pretty much pathetic. A lot of women or female content creators should be living and doing a whole lot of content on this, just for the sake of just to stand on solidarity that we don't rock with that. That's not cool. But we all know how women are today. They're just gonna sit there accept pretty much everything that's put at them, and they're gonna always say it's black man's fault in the day. But you know what I know. Like I said, if you're new to Zero Inch channel, welcome to Zero Inch channel. You know the deal. Hit the red button, top notification bell for uploads, and mostly live streams here on this channel. Social media to follow. You can follow Zero Ends on TikTok. I figured type in Zero Ends. If not, I'll put it in future descriptions. And what else I'm missing? I don't think nothing else y'all can follow besides here on YouTube. So, and please leave a comment at the end of this video. Looking forward to hearing your thoughts and opinions. That's it. Until next time, take care.